So if the speed of technological development stresses me and scares me, then of course it's also difficult to provide the right space to my child. But that's actually not the first question. The first question is how the development lands in you first. And I believe we are in a time that we've never had before. So we actually all the ones who find out how it works. We never did that before. We never had a global internet and this kind of technological revolution, basically. So we are all pioneers in this land. We're just discovering a new territory. And I believe whenever we have a new territory, or like we see climate change, for example, I think we all might struggle somehow with it. And I believe we need more spaces, open spaces where we can struggle together. Because nobody expects, except our own internal, perfectionism, that we know how to do it. And nobody expects that we are not struggling with it. So basically that with some things we are struggling is human. That's what we do. And what you do now is, I believe you're opening now a space to say, listen, this is not easy for me as a mother, but it's also not easy for me as a human being to host a massive speed of development in myself, first of all. And I think if you first as a mother have a space to be in that place, that feels to me very good. You don't need to be without the struggle. But we need to know that we are struggling and that we find connection, that it is so. And we have supportive environments where we can exchange, listen to each other, find out more about it, and especially also acknowledge, yes, some things are hard, and it's okay that they are hard. They don't have to be easy. Why? Because they are not. You know what I'm saying? There might be the idea in us that we shouldn't be struggling. But where does this come from? If I struggle with something, or something is hard for me, so it's hard for me. It's not supposed to be easy. Because if it's supposed to be easy, it would be easy. No, and what I'm saying with this is we often, I'm not talking only about you, I think we all know this from different parts. Maybe many people when they face a climate crisis will say, wow, I'm struggling with this. I don't know how to relate to this. It's big, I don't know where do I feel empowered to meet it, what can I do? And I think it shouldn't be different. Why? Because it is not different. The should comes only from my past, it doesn't come from my current experience. But that's what you're doing now is you're creating relation and say, yeah, it's hard for me. It scares me also. And when you say it scares me, I feel close to you. I can feel this, that how you feel as a mother, and also being afraid how to provide the right space for your child. And then I think if you acknowledge that first, then there is more of a space to explore and what is then to do. But if we don't acknowledge the fear or the insecurity first, then we will add concepts on a house that has no proper basement. I think for all of us, if there is stuff in the world that scares us, if we remember to say, okay, first I'm driven kind of by fear, that's okay, as long as I acknowledge it, and then I can go to look for solutions, or for new ways, or for partnerships, or for community. And but I think it's important to acknowledge the fear, because many people, not to feel the fear, want to jump into the solutions first. And then the fear keeps cooking underneath, and then it breaks open anyway later. So I think what you're doing right now, I think is the right step. You're reaching out, you're looking at it, and then you can find solutions.